Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 49 of our Confederate Spring of '62 campaign in version 1.11 using the A.O.M Mod. Now, since last episode, we actually haven't even moved the game one whole day. We're still on August 1st. So, things are starting to take longer and longer for every episode to move on. But last episode, we did see the Battle of Columbus, Kentucky, with the Army of Mississippi pushing back in to force these boys out of this western peninsula at the river confluences and get them out of this state. Battle took a lot longer than I expected it to, and the AI was, I guess you could say, middle ground in that fight. It sat defensively, gave up a good position. It's hard to describe how the AI reacted in that fight. Kind of made a little to no sense sometimes, but still a bloodier fight than I really wished it had been, as their numbers are starting to way outstrip us. So on top of that, we do have the Army to Transmiss moving back into Kentucky, and they are now on their way to Louisville. We are still trying to extricate the Army of Tennessee out of West Virginia. For some reason, the Corps of East Tennessee is moving fairly slowly, and I'm not liking that. So we're going to have to consolidate down here at Grafton before we can move them out again, as the Army of the Valley District covers their withdrawal. And over here in Virginia, we do have a siege going on at Fort Stanton. Longstreet's Corps is involved in it. I'm starting to move Magruder's not Longstreet anymore. Yeah, it is Longstreet. Forgot Jackson's commanding the army now. So Magruder's right wing is moving in to support him, and D.H. Hill's left wing is coming back down in this direction. As I'm going to ignore these forces for right now, consolidate 3 Corps of the Army of Northern Virginia, and then shove them into Washington, D.C. So going to have a little offensive here before winter sets in, as I'm still trying to keep attention away from certain forces. Right now, I'm trying to draw attention away from the Army of Tennessee as I extricate it, as all these forces over here, which were down in this area, started moving away. So hopefully we can draw them back in. Also, we are waiting for Forrest Corps to reform. He does have orders to move down to Fort Smith, where there is a supply depot, which will make it better for his troops to reform at. And something else I didn't actually notice in the last episode is the Federals didn't retake Cairo. They left it in our control, which means we have these 2 supply depots here. So as soon as this battle rolls off, because I didn't roll it off at the end of the last episode, I'm shoving the Army of Mississippi right into Cairo, because we do have enough supply there to handle all of his corps. Now up here in Maine, I do have both my corps on the move. I don't know where 1st Corps came from. This is part of the Department of New England, separate from the Army of New England. So I don't know where they were hiding at, but they've now shown up in our rear. But I'm not overly worried about it. 1st Corps is on its way back down to besiege Fort McClary, and 2nd Corps is on its way to Concord, New Hampshire, trying to get us further south before the winter sets in, because once winter sets in, they're going to be stuck up here again. And I want them out. And one last thing is the 1st Fleet. Where are you? Yeah. Alright, so last episode, they're fully green, ammunition, provisions, fuel, and I sent them out on a raid to hit the 2nd South Atlantic Blockade Squadron, and they did not engage it. They got out into the area, didn't engage, and immediately moved up here to Wilmington. So as soon as this fleet gets back in Wilmington, I will be sending them back down on another raid. And before I forget, Lovell's Command. We do finally have a battery on its way. That's the old Miss Heavy Artillery with 30-pound Parrots. They are 2 days away, so on August 2nd, August 3rd, as soon as the battery arrives, I'll be shoving them back across the water here to Fort Massachusetts to try and get rid of this fort and corps that have been sitting here the entire game, because I do want to get Lovell's Command attached to the Army of Tennessee to strengthen them up. Alright, I think that does cover everything for right now, so I'll be back with the next incident. I just bring you all in for a little update here. It's August 4th, and the 1st Corps Army of New England, I don't know why, but Hughie's Corps decided not to fight them, and withdrew up here to Fort Knox in Maine. So I have orders from them to move back down to besiege the supply depot of Augusta. And the 1st Corps of the Army of New England has actually started besieging Fort Scamell. So hopefully, and he was green with supplies, so I don't know why he didn't fight him. I think we outnumbered his corps also, slightly. With a 3,000 man advantage and a 10 gun advantage on that corps, so I don't know why he didn't actually fight him. And it looks like the Army of New England has finally come off the coastline here and is now moving south, it looks like. And our 2nd Corps is now taken, what's the name of this town? Plymouth, and is about to move down into Concord. Army headquarters is already there, so it's taking a long time for these orders to get up to 1st Corps, as they are so far separated now. Got a lot of things happening on this map. And the Army of Tennessee is finally extricating itself from West Virginia. So, Army of Tennessee and the Corps of East Tennessee are now on their way down to Stanton, and have the Army of the Valley District on its way back to Winchester. So I do have to transfer them back under command of the Army of Northern Virginia. Let's see if we made any movements here. We have now moved back into Louisville, and we're flipping that city back into our control. Looks like the Army of Mississippi minus the Army Command, I thought I gave them movement orders, is now back in Cairo. So as soon as they are ready to go again back into green, we're going to push them down and take down the corps that are down here and retake New Madrid. And Lovell's command has moved in to begin the siege of Fort Massachusetts. Not too far. Let's see how this is going. This has just started, so it's in the Federals' favor. He's about to level up his siege train again, so hopefully that will give us an advantage there. I think that covers everything for right now. Just a little bit of an update, so I'll be back. Alright, looks like retaking Louisville has actually caused Kentucky to secede. I'm a little surprised about that. We were fighting so hard to get the state to secede early war. Now it's, after just retaking Louisville, they finally seceded. So that is a plus up for us, as that means our few Kentucky brigades will now have better morale in all the fights they are in. So that is a plus for us, but on top of that, we do have a naval engagement going on. Our 1st Fleet has caught out 5 ships from the South Atlantic Blockading Squadron, or the 2nd South Atlantic Blockading Squadron. So I'm hoping we capture the Eastport here, which is an ironclad gunboat, because that will help us reinforce our 1st Fleet. So I don't care about the rest of it. I'd rather destroy these and capture the Eastport. Alright, looks like we're going to get the Augusta, and Eastport's withdrawing. We're not going to capture that. Really could have done without the Augusta. That'll go to the 2nd and the Pocahontas. Now let's see if we can grab the Mohican. I'd like to add that steam sloop to the 1st Lincoln's Gift Squadron. That looks like the fight's over. I captured 2 of their ships. It's not so bad. Yep. Would have been nice to capture that ironclad, but it just wasn't in the books for us. So we'll get him reported, resupplied, and we'll send him back down again. Alright. That should be it for now. I'll be back. Alrighty, it's August 11th, and the siege at Fort Massachusetts does not look to be going in our favor any longer, even with a level 2 siege train. And we do have the siege at Fort Stanton going on, which is starting to turn into a meat grinder, and I'll show you all that one here. Why is the left wing not involved in the siege? Right. So, there's a lot of troops fed into the siege right now. The Federals did have over 60,000 infantry in the siege, now down to 58,000. We had 36,000, but their casualties are 4,982 men, and ours is at 5,100 men, and it's kind of sitting steady, and it's turning into a damned meat grinder. So I do want us to take care of these sieges. Let's pass the Bank Act. So we're going to start with Levels Command, and we're going to attack here. Because infantry still have a slight advantage on them. Guns, they have more, but not much. But our casualties are starting to mount, so I want to take care of this. So we're going to start an assault here. Yeah, I'm not going to hold you all here for the load screen. I will come back in on the other side of it. Welcome to the Battle of Fort Massachusetts. I don't think I covered commanders at the beginning here, so my forces are under the command of Lovell, and the federal forces under the command of Butler. So it's time to kick his ass out of the region. So we are on, I guess you call this the Danville or Eagle Creek map here, which you don't see very often. You very, very rarely ever see this map, actually. So they're defending up here at the Silent Woods. So we're just going to push right up at the road at them. So I got my cavalry out front. I'm going to put scouts out and try to get a sighting on them. They're probably defending right here. But they could be up here also. But I'm hoping they're back here so I can at least get my troops into the woods here before deciding on how I'm going to attack them. So I'll be back once I have a sighting on the Federals. Alrighty, it's 1900 in the game. I didn't realize how late in the day it was at the start of this, so I doubt we're going to get an attack off today. But we do have the Federal side of it. They have 2 brigades of infantry, 1 battery of artillery, and they're just sitting right up here. The other brigade's sitting over here. So, unless they move, my planned attack for the morning is to send my infantry forward across here and have my cavalry come around through the woods this way. Actually, it might be faster. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll send them up around this way. Have the cavalry come in on the flank. Even though they only have the 2 brigades of infantry, the numbers are fairly close for both sides. So, yeah, we only have about a 3,000 man advantage on them. So these brigades are almost 3,000 men will pop up there. So, like I said, won't be anything going on today, so I'll come back with an AM attack. Alright, 6 a.m. of day 2, and we're ready to kick this off. We did have a little artillery engagement towards the end of the day, but it was only about half an hour's worth. So, but enough to start getting the old Miss Summer experience points in there. Now let's hit play and see if they're still there. Nope, they have shifted. Alright, let's get you down the woods there on the road. Start moving the infantry up to support. Cavalry. Swing you up this way. I don't know why this brigade is unstable. Alright, since I moved a little further back, I thought the fighting would kick off sooner, so I'll be back. Alrighty, it's going on 7 a.m. and my forces are finally getting into position. Cavalry got there a little faster than I thought they would, so they did turn around one of their brigades to go start engaging it, and my artillery broke. I completely forgot this was their first battle, and I shouldn't have sent them forward to begin an engagement before the infantry was up, but I did. So that's my fault entirely. So I do have the Fort Arbuckle garrison moving forward to engage this brigade. And the New Orleans garrison is moving onto their flank. They're almost in position for me to start sending them forward. But we should break this brigade easily enough as they are now reared out in 2 directions. It doesn't look like they know what they want to do over here. Problem is, we do have this artillery battery here. My intention was to have the cavalry engage this battery while the infantry was engaged with their infantry, but doesn't look like it's going to happen that way. So I don't need these guys taking canister fire in their flanks, but it looks like it's going to happen anyway. Ooh, you guys have us heavily outranged. Then I am rocking smoothbore muskets. Alright guys, start moving in. I'm going to need you there sooner rather than later. Okay, I'll move forward, start engaging that brigade. be honest, these smaller battles tend to be a little more interesting. We need to lock this brigade down. Let's go. Looks like this artillery's engaged this brigade here. Not the best thing in the world for us. Hopefully New Orleans garrison comes up fairly quick. And this brigade, I don't know what it's done to itself, but it's not facing in a firing position and taking fire from two directions, so they did get rid of the red from being flanked out. Now they're turning to face the artillery, that's fine. And the artillery is turning to face them, that is not good. Hopefully the cavalry sees off this brigade, because they're just marching past and taking casualties. That just makes no sense to me. Come on, New Orleans garrison, get up there. Probably doing a lot of damage to this brigade, I believe. 150. Yep. Now they see the garrison approaching, they're going to start turning. Not in a good way. That's going to turn their rear to us unless they're going to start marching past. And these guys are not going to reform anytime today, I don't think. Plus 34% an hour. This fight will be over long before they get back in the fight. This brigade's starting to break. Arbuckle garrison's starting to break too. Give you rally orders and you go to the brigade that's not breaking? Are you kidding me? Alright, looks like they're starting to withdraw. Yeah, one brigade's broken. They are leaving the field. Get mounted. Want to do as much damage as we can to this little force here. They've actually retreated into my cavalry. They'll plus up their casualties a little bit. Okay, go get that battery. There they go. Alright, let's see if we can plus up their casualties just a little bit here. See if we can't force one of their brigades to surrender. And that brigade's now broken. So we'll just see if the cavalry can finish this job off here. Let's get this up just a little bit. I think we have the opportunity to catch both of this battery and this brigade if we're lucky. Maybe not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but we'll just keep on them. Keep piling up these blue bellies you see lying on the field here. battery should be wiped out at this point. Yeah, they got no men left, but it still shows them in existence. And that's a visual glitch right there. Look at that. Yeah, they're now riding fast. My Calvin can catch them, so there we go. Not too bad all in all. Short little fight right there. We took down 800 of their 5,500 infantry. We got all 15 of their guns for a total loss of 2,700 of their 7,500 men. We lost 519 of our 6,700 infantry, 23 of our 2,300 cavalry. It says we lost all 16 guns. That's because the battery broke. We will get them back. Total loss of 564 men of our 9,282 man force. So not so bad all in all. Let's take a quick look at the paperwork here. Shouldn't take too long. Alright, Fort Arbuckle Garrison. Nobody's divisioned up, so this is what you see is what you got. Did 202 to infantry, plus up to 203. Morgan's brigade did 264 to infantry, captured 172, did 147 to artillery, total of 586. New Orleans Garrison did 105 to infantry. Duncan's brigade did 30 to infantry, 66 to artillery, for a total of 98. And the Old Miss Heavy Artillery did 1 to infantry, 22 to artillery, for a total of 23. Division total, or corps total, 1,015. See if we got any of their officers. Oh, this actually became a major victory for us. 2,700 men was 36% of their force. Okay. I didn't realize we took down that many of them. But smaller fights, you'll get major victories out of smaller fights than you will bigger fights. Okay, we wounded Butler. Captured Major Burney. So I think we actually captured that battery, but it didn't show up on the campaign map like it should have, because they were down to 0 men. So I think that actually surrendered, but we did capture their commander. And the other 2 brigade commanders got away. Let's get closed out of there. A short and sweet fight. Maybe a little longer than it should have taken, but it took me a while to move through those woods. They're a lot thicker than they actually look on the map. So, not much to say about this one. Let me know what you all think in the comments below, and I will come back on the other side of the load screen. Alright, victory at Fort Massachusetts. Now, these numbers aren't adding up to what I was just looking at on the other screen, but we'll roll with it. So, the enemy has reportedly suffered 2,745 casualties. There are 116 killed and 36 captured. We suffered 564 casualties, with 115 killed and 236 missing. Captured 445 rifles and 5 guns from the battlefield and sent 36 soldiers down to our prison camps. That captured number should be a lot higher. I don't know why it is not. And on top of wounding Butler, we also defamed him, so he is out for the rest of the war. Though I don't think it's going to last much longer. But it doesn't look like that gave us the fort, though it should have. It did not give us the fort, and it looks like we have disintegrated that command. They are not there now. Yep, Army of the Gulf disintegrates. What's that other message? Mitchell at destination. Oh, had them port back up to resupply. Alright, so now we just got to finish taking down Fort Massachusetts so I can get Lovell's command up to the Army of Tennessee to start forming a second corps for them. But now we also have the siege up here, which is, like I said before, that battle is turning into a meat grinder. Why is it not showing our casualties now? Something's a little screwy here. Alright, I'm going to save and close the game and then come back in. Hopefully that will clear that up. I'll be back. Alrighty, that did solve the issue. As you can see here, we got a meat grinder going on. And for some reason, one of my corps is not getting involved in the fight. So we're going to go straight into an assault on this one. Yeah, for some reason, even though Hill is on top of the battle, he's not getting involved. And that's getting a little annoying. I'm just kind of shifting our direction. You know what, we'll let this one ride out a little bit longer. As you can see, the power bar is shifted into our favor over the 50% mark with the flipping of Kentucky and the capture of Concord in New Hampshire. And 1st Corps A.O.M has now moved into siege works against Fort Scamell, though the other garrison... So 1st Corps is not involved in the siege. I was hoping to draw them into this siege. Alright, we'll just let that ride for now also. Not happy about it, but we'll let it go. Okay, I think that covers everything for right now. I will be back. Alrighty, it's now August 14th. And we did just lose the siege of Fort Stanton, but that's no big loss right there, even with the amount of casualties that were involved. But they did move both of the Army of New England 1st Corps and the Department of New England 1st Corps into the siege at Fort Scamell. So we're going to turn this one into an assault also, as it's moved heavily in their favor. So I don't know if Mumford, well, I doubt Mumford will be in charge of the fight, but we're bringing 19,238 infantry, 95 guns, to my 14,000 infantry, 865 cavalry, and 69 guns. So they do have an artillery advantage that we do need to negate. But just an overall numbers advantage anyway, but I do believe we can win this fight. So I will see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome everybody to the Battle of Fort Scamell. So starting off at a pretty high disadvantage here, as we are fighting in Maine, so our morale is definitely going to be lower than the Federals. It's heavily lower actually. Our morale is at 23 to their 55, so this is not looking pretty for us. So you see, we do have a bit of a weird deployment zone here. So since there's a fort here, I decided to deploy here along this open field to attack at their defense point here. And we go see their soldiers lined up out here in the field. You can't see everybody, but they're there. So I'm going to try and get my troops in a position to attack, hopefully use my artillery to start seeing off some of their guns. So we are firing uphill from our position. It's not the best attack point, as this is a slowly rising slope of ground there. So, but even attacking through here up these mountains is not going to be good for us. So our best point of attack is here. And I'm not looking forward to it. Let's hit play and see what happens here. They're not even in battery position yet. Some of my guns are firing. Okay. The whole division looks like it's ready to break. And only the 30s are in range, so we'll move you guys up here. I'll start moving all the infantry brigades forward. Scouts out. I should have given him orders to move first. Send you up there on the flank, it on some high ground there. Oh, there we go. We got better siding already. So we're actually coming in on their flank, but they're going to be shifting positions before we are even able to really do anything about it. So while these troops are moving forward, I will not hold you here. I will be back. Alright, it's 1645. Things are not off to an auspicious start for us, as the division commander for the artillery division is already wounded. So I think I need to move corps commander up to make sure this division does not break on us. So hopefully once my batteries are up and firing, we should change it, because they've been under fire their entire way up while I was trying to get them in a position where they could be more supportive. But as soon as my right flank infantry is up, I'm going to start swing. Looks like they're shifting their lines. But in what way? 'Cause right now I'm on their flank, but I don't think I'll be able to keep it that way. One of my batteries just broke. Low max, and he had 10-pounders. We'll start rallying that battery. More 10-pounders. None of my batteries are doing too hot right now. So I doubt we're going to be able to negate their artillery advantage. Always order to move up. That's right there on the edge of the wood. Remember, call your scouts in. We're going to put you on their flank right here in loose order. Do I have the engineers start building breastworks for the guns? That's the question. Nope, they're shifting back. So maybe we can do some damage to these outlying batteries and brigades. We're doing damage to this one. They got a detachment out, take over some of their guns. Yeah, they're shifting out of our way. Ugh. Looks like our morale's starting to come up. Yeah, it is. Now up to 34. A second battery broke. Damn it. Things are not looking good for this attack. Put you up behind this division. Just move you up to support the artillery. I broke that battery, but they still have this detachment here. And detachments always seem to take more punishment than actual batteries do. Oh wow, these guys are down to 2 guns and 26 men. That is not good. Surprised these guys haven't stopped the fire yet. Yep. The detachment's running now. Counter battery for now. Crap, looks like I'm gonna have to attack uphill tomorrow. I'm just not liking this. I finally caught up to that detachment, huh? There they go. What does their reform rate look like? Plus 21% an hour, so it's gonna be like 2 hours before they reform. Alright, looks like we've got a little bit of a lull here, so I'll be back. Alrighty, it's 1814 in day. I do have a division on their flank, and I'm starting a limited attack now. They've started turning. So these brigades, except for this one, are mostly under strength, so I'm hoping to see them off fairly easily and start moving this morale counter a little more in our direction. So our morale has improved. We're now up to 35 to their 50. So my batteries have reformed, but two of my divisional support batteries broke up. This one's back in action. Get back on your guns. So we got the RGV CSA regulars, the Forsyth Grays, and Tillman's brigade moving in on a flank attack. So I don't know how effective it's really going to be. There's just a lot of artillery flying through the... and that battery broke again. Ugh. So trying to negate their artillery advantage is destroying my artillery. I do have the Delaware engineers building breastworks right now for the artillery division, so I can move it in closer. Looks like I need to push this division in, but I'm worried about all this artillery that's in their front. So actually, let's kind of push you over this way. I didn't expect my morale to be so bad going into this fight. Why has this battery not been seen off yet? I've had two skirmisher units hit it, plus they're taking artillery fire, and they're just not budging. Oh, they got no guns now. They've abandoned their guns. Hopefully we break this brigade soon and start moving them up on this other mess to support Tillman's brigade. A lot happier if these two batteries were not broken. And I thought they were forming up for an attack up here, but they just moved these batteries. I don't understand how these batteries are able to fire from over here. Because they are on the reverse side of the hill, and they're still firing it. Like, if it was my guns, they wouldn't be able to fire like that. That battery break too? Why are you guys not on your guns? What the hell? Come on. Alright, finally broke that battery. Just sort of jump in our direction a little bit more. Your skirmishers in. Oh, Armistead's brigade's under 700 men. Damn. These guys are just taking a lot of artillery fire. Start moving on the flank of that brigade. Maybe I can cut these forces off over here. There goes that brigade. Very good. You guys will stay there for right now. Let me rally up a little bit. don't want you doing that. I want you to engage and get your skirmishers back in. Let's move your guns up. Alright, Grays, take some pressure off of Tillman. I told you to recall your men. Start falling back. I don't know why the AI did not push. They could have broken me at the start of this battle. I didn't even check to see if they had both corps on the field. That's my bad. There should have been 2 corps in this fight. I'm only showing the 1. There should have been 2 corps here. Huh. That's fine by me. If we can take down 1 corps without fighting the other, I'll take that. That brigade anymore. They're firing into that one, so I'll take that. There they are. Finally got them in view again. They're forcing their line back. Problem is, we're going to be we're forcing them into the woods. There's that brigade. God, I wish my support batteries weren't not broke. And another battery broke. Damn it. Let's move you forward. All my batteries just keep on breaking, and it is hurting me. Brigade pull off? Where'd they go? They pulled off, so we'll start hitting that battery. Nope, there they are. Son of a bitch. Engineers, stop what you're doing. We're going to push you forward to support this brigade. So I need the Corps commander back here, rallying the troops. I think I need them up here more. that smoke is just hanging in the air now. Let's break this brigade. We're moving this fight in our direction slowly but surely. Though my morale is now down, but we knocked theirs down to 37 from over 50. Let's get those hold orders good. Push out. Guys in. Stop pushing forward. That brigade's broken. Hit this one. Four sights. Keep hitting them. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention, if anybody's wondering, today's battle brew is the Balvenie. Stop chasing. You got guys in your front. Just keep shooting them. This is going a lot better than I thought it would. We're just rolling this flank up. Where's the Delaware boys? Come on, get up here. It's about time to stop pushing forward and reconsolidate because my lines are getting a little tight. What the hell are you doing all the way back there? This is a victory. It's going to be a Pyrrhic one. Get in there and rally your men. How many times I got to tell you that? Alright, Hughie. I thought I told you to move forward. And he's not going to follow the orders. Are you kidding me? What the hell? May, I think these are your guns over here. Go get back on them. This battery up. Got a flag now. Work. Rip that brigade down. We're almost... I think we can end this before 2100 if we're lucky. Got a brigade right there, and it's not doing so hot. So let's push forward this division. I've been sitting back for too long. One of their units withdrawing. I give you orders to start moving by the flank. They started pulling back, okay. Halt. Blanchard broke. All right. I think I need to stop the attack for today, but and Delaware broke. All right. But that's a Delaware brigade. I wasn't expecting much out of them. They don't have high morale. This battery should have been seen off with all the artillery fire and the rifle fire. They should have been gone already. You guys got your halt orders, okay. There they go, finally. Swinging around on their flank. Forsyth Grays, get in position, please. Tillman, same thing. Chasing that brigade. Grays pushing. We don't need to break much more of them. Alright, get those orders out to Armistead's brigade. I need him moving. These are all detachments out here. They're a pain in the ass to break. West Virginia batteries have broken. Stay on the troops and keep rallying them. Actually, I think I need to start pushing the artillery forward. Should do that. Bring the guns up. It's going to take them a while to get up there. That brigade's broken. These damn detachments are so hard to break, it's not funny. realign these divisions. We only got an hour of daylight left. So I don't think we can do this today. With that brigade. Oh, you're going to leave this battery unsupported? Cavalry, go get it. Finally broke them. Time to straighten out these divisions. Now instead, just push forward. Keep this brigade engaged. I think they're withdrawing. Holy crap. They're withdrawing. Get mounted. Chase down this battery. Everybody start pursuing. Get up here. I don't know what the AI was thinking, but they basically just handed us this victory. I mean, it was a hard fight to get it, but they could have broken my core at the start of the battle if they so chose to have done so. Yeah, that's it. Their morale is over. There they go. Let's see if we can bag any more of their boys. I don't think we have enough time, though. Cavalry, move it to gallop, please. I think breaking this core shows us clear sight of the end game, as I think we've really beat down their national morale. Now get in there. Go get them. Told you to close in the hand-to-hand. Close in, damn it. What the hell's going on? Oh, that's annoying. Whatever. Ignore the retreating units. Go after the ones that aren't broken. There's only 2 minutes left. Get in there. Why are you guys not staying engaged with them? Hit this one. We're out of time anyway. Oh, there they go, finally. A little late. No. There they go. Okay, that battle was a little rough. It went a lot better than I expected it to be honest with you, when I saw my morale so low at the start of the fight. So we took down 3,800 of their 20,000 infantry, 70 of their 95 guns, for a total loss of 4,300 of their 21,000 man force. We lost 2,697 of our 14,137 infantry. That's a hard hit. 44 of our 865 cavalry, 39 of our 69 guns. It doesn't show us recapturing the guns, though. We're going to have those guns back at the end of the fight. So a total loss of 2,904 men of our 16,000 10-man force. So a little heavier on the casualties than I would like, but lighter than I was expecting. But there's still another corps in the area, and that's going to be an issue. Let's take a look at the paperwork. Hawes Brigade, which is the cavalry, did 46 to artillery, captured 5, total of 51. 1st Delaware Engineer Brigade did 139 to infantry, Heath's Division. Wright's Brigade did 134 to infantry, 43 to artillery for a total of 177. This is the left flank division, so they didn't come in until the end. Sibley's Brigade did 40 to infantry, 33 to artillery for a total of 73. The CSMC did not get into the fight. And Battle's Battery did 32 to infantry, 27 to artillery for a total of 60. Division total of 310. Stevens Division. Stevenson's. Blanchard's Brigade did 79 to infantry, 35 to artillery for a total of 114. Thompson's Brigade did 733 to infantry, 91 to artillery for a total of 828. Armistead's Brigade did 350 to infantry, 38 to artillery for a total of 392. And May's Battery did 1 to infantry. Oh, they broke at the beginning of the battle, so they didn't do much. Division total 1,336. Terry's Division, which was the right flank assault division. The RGV CSA regulars did 619 to infantry, 30 to artillery for a total of 651. The Forsyth Grays did 723 to infantry, 68 to artillery for a total of 798. Tillman's Brigade did 655 to infantry, 1 artillery for a total of 658. And Braveheart's guns also broke at the start of the fight. Division total 2,108. Pendleton's Artillery. And Pendleton's wounded, so I gotta replace him now. West Virginia Batteries did 9 to infantry, 17 to artillery for a total of 26. Hughie's Battery did 22 to infantry, 14 to artillery for a total of 36. Hoke's Battery did 34 to infantry, 20 to artillery for a total of 57. Lomax did 20 to infantry, 10 to artillery for a total of 30. And Little's did 38 to infantry, 82 to artillery for a total of 120. Division total 269. So not a very good showing from my artillery batteries, but that division was basically broken off the start, especially after losing Pendleton basically within the first few minutes of action. I think he was the only officer we lost. Yes. Let's see if we got any of their officers. Wounded Division Commander Grover. Whoa, we just hit a lot of their... This is why we won. We've wounded a lot of their officers. So just in the 1st Division, their division, 2nd Division commander is wounded, Brigadier General Grover. Oop. So we weren't clicked on the correct one. He only has the 1 commander. His is also wounded, so Colonel Lytle is wounded. Oh, come on, what's going on here? Oh, so I got the wrong thing, I guess. So, Division Commander, Brigade Commander, Battery Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Copeland, Brigade Commander Phillips. That's his detachment, so that's 2 wounded officers, and another Battery Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Lucas. Nobody from that division. Colonel Cogswell is wounded. I'm trying to click on 5th Division. Okay. We actually wounded quite a few of their officers. Mostly the battery commanders still got wounded. As far as we did not lose more officers in this attack. Outside of Pendleton going down at the beginning of the battle. Look at all that artillery just lying out in the field over here. From back here all the way to here. Wow. Let's get closed out of here. Alright, so that battle was a lot rougher than I thought it was going to be initially. And I did not think we were going to win it. I had seriously thought about just retreating at the start of the battle when I saw the morale levels, but we do need to clear these 2 corps out of our flank in Maine. So this sees off one of the corps. There's still another one out there. Lieutenant Colonel May. Oh, he's one of my commanders, so he's got to go. He's one of my battery commanders for Divisional Support Artillery, so he's got to get replaced. And I gotta figure out a replacement for Pendleton. But let me know what you all thought in the comments below. It's like, I don't think I could have done anything differently on that fight, but you all let me know your thoughts below. Alright, victory at the Battle of Fort Scamell. The enemy's reported suffered total casualties of 4,289 men. There were 637 killed and 106 captured. Our casualties totaled 2,904 men, with 615 killed and 331 missing, so our dead almost matches theirs, which is very rare. Captured 1,694 rifles and 21 guns from the battlefield and sent 104 soldiers off to our prison camps. So May's got it replaced. So Weddle one of mine of theirs. I think Weddle's one of theirs. Alright. So, I'm going to figure out who the replacement is going to be. But let's take a look up here real fast. Because there's another corps up here. It should have been in that fight. Yeah, both corps right here. So I don't understand why one corps was in the fight and the other one... Oh, this corps wasn't involved in the siege. That's probably why. And they're getting plussed up to 20,000 men. Alright, but I think we will end this episode here as things are moving along now. So if you're a new viewer, return viewer, not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so that the next video comes out. If you're like a brigade of one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. And once again, as always, comments, please do keep them coming. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.